You want to make absolute certain that they have a sickness in the first place, because not everyone needs medicine. Some people, they might not even need what you're selling. So you need to be absolutely clear on what sickness, what pain they're feeling. Make sure they can, of course, afford the medicine. And then from there, just prescribing the right medicine. Let's just say the person you're on a sales call with, he has a problem with cancer, and then you prescribe him diabetes medicine. I mean, you're just kind of shooting him in the wrong direction. So you need to make absolute sure and have absolute sense of clarity on what's going on, what's going wrong with his life, what problems he's having. And then from there, prescribing the right solution, which is what you're selling. And if it doesn't make sense, if nothing aligns, you don't have to sell. You don't have to force it. You don't have to make him give you money just for the sake of it. You have to make sure that's an exchange of value, and that way it's a win-win situation.
Excellent. Now, when you're on these sales calls, are there any go-to stories or go-to examples that you use frequently that help somebody understand, let's say, more of a high-level concept? Are there any stories that you just go to, whether that's of a past client or let's just say metaphors as a whole, to help somebody picture themselves moving forward with you? Do you have any go-to stories, examples?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Is it more of an objection you're talking about, or?
Yeah, just in what is the importance of the storytelling process on these calls? Do you have go-to stories Jake, who went through the program, or let's say Kyle, who went through the program, he achieved XYZ. Do you use that in the sales call? And also, do you use certain metaphors in the calls to help get your ideas across?
Yeah, so I mean, it's very important to use some analogies on these calls, so that way you can kind of tell a story about person A making it to outcome A, and he did X, Y, and Z in order to get there. And that way you kind of relate that story to the prospect, so that prospect can put themselves in the shoes of person A, and that they can get to that same desired outcome that person A was able to achieve. So that way you can kind of paint the picture of the entire process of that prospect going from joining the call to actually getting to their goal. So that way they have a full, clear picture on the A to Z process to get to where they actually want to be in life.
Now, I want to switch gears here for a moment and talk about the difference between appointment setting and closing, because these are two distinct roles that you have experience in. You have experience with both working as a setter and as a closer. What is the, difference between the two? Why are both of them necessary in a business? And how did you make that transition from one role to another?
Okay, so to answer the first part of that question with setting, it's pretty much, you can think of it like basketball. You're kind of alley-ooping to the closer to dunk it.